Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 Cadillac Escalade IQ Premium Sport. This model is finished off in Luna Metallic, and with options, MSRP is just over $154,000. Now this is powered by a 205 kilowatt lithium ion battery. It is paired with dual motors, pumps out a whopping 750 horsepower, 785 pound-feet of torque. It's all-wheel drive, weighs in just over at 9,100 pounds. However, it can do 0 to 60 in around 5 seconds, and its total range is 465 miles. Now, as we take a look at the exterior styling, this has a really unique and large presence to it. You'll notice the vertical design for the headlights and DRLs. Turn signals are that upper thin housing there, and then there's a really nice design with all of the gloss black accents integrated nicely around it. Now, this has a forward camera. There's also a sensor for Super Cruise and all of those tech features, parking sensors as well, and lots of cutouts to provide additional cooling. Now, this also has front storage space. You can use the control hidden down in the grille there, or just double tap the key fob. And that is how you can gain access to the trunk, basically, for this SUV. You have some tie downs. There's also a power outlet, and you can fit in a good bit of items. Some smaller bags, of course, but it is nice to have this additional cargo space. Now, you do have to hold the second time you push on this button until that closes. Now, this is also equipped with the 24-inch wheels with the two-tone design. This does have the height adjustable suspension too, and you'll notice the gloss black from the front bumper works its way to the lower side skirt, where there's also a built-in step. Now, this has the turn signal integrated here. There's the two-tone design for the mirrors with the camera, gloss black for the window trim, and then a full moonroof up top. As we take a step back, very nice proportions for this 3-row SUV and a very distinctive shape and design overall. Now in back, you'll notice there's the third brake light up top along with the wiper blade. LEDs for all the lighting. There's a backup camera, parking sensors. This model is capable of towing right around 8,000 pounds as well. And you'll notice with the taillights, they actually have a separation. So there's the upper section there within that trim piece. Now, in order to gain access to your rear cargo space, you can use the key fob like up front. However, back here, you have a touch-sensitive Cadillac emblem, and that will open it up too. Would be nice to see that for the front as well. But with this being a 3-row SUV, you have a lot of space back here. You could place a cover. This is the charging cable at the moment, so you can bring that with you, of course. And then the third row is going to be automatic, so you do have to use these controls. If the second row is in the way, as you can see, just push on that control twice, and then you can quickly have both of those lowered for additional space. Now, the second row is going to be manual to put back up, but with the third row, you can do that fairly quickly. There's also a control up top, so that way you can close the lift gate. Now, we have some really cool tech features with the doors here. You'll notice the door handle is actually fixed to the bodywork. There's also ambient lighting. Just push on the electronic release, and the door will open for you. You can use the release on the interior to close the door as well, which is really neat. This has AKG for the audio, all of the blue leather, lots of storage, and some trim accents too. Now, this also has captain's chairs. With the seat in this position, you pull on this control here, and then when you pull on it again, you can flip this seat up to get better access into the third row. And back here, you have cup holders, auxiliaries, armrests. There's also another control to fold the second row down. You have the large cargo windows, and then this model is Alcantara for the headliner. Now, at 5'10", I have about an inch or so of headroom, and you can see my knees are much higher than this base of the seat, but I could ride around in the third row if needed. Of course, it will be better for smaller kids. Now, you can quickly put the seat back into place, and then use this control to move the seat forwards and backwards. Now, as we hop in, there's storage pockets down below, and then this has the optional TV screens for your rear passengers. You can go through several apps. You can pair the headphones, shut off the screen, of course. You can go through a good bit depending on what you would like to see. Now, in the middle, there's also air vents. And then with the screen in the lower section, you can go through a lot more, like your second and third row climates, the heated seats for your captain's chairs. You have a good bit within that screen. There's also hidden cup holders, and there's several auxiliaries down below. So a really nice place to be, especially since you can recline the seats very far. And then you can either lightly push the door or grab that door handle, which is very nice. It will stop if it detects something that it won't be able to open all of the way. Now, this has heated and ventilated seats, memory seating adjustments, the actual seat controls, and then massaging seat functions. There's the window controls, side mirror adjustments, more storage, and all of the same materials. And then you'll notice the blue, of course, continues to the front. Now, once we're in the driver's seat, I don't feel like reaching all the way for the door. Simply just put my foot on the brake and the door will close. All of the electronics will come to life. We are ready to put this in gear. Now, this has a leather trimmed steering wheel. You'll notice the ambient lighting for the cruise control and super cruise. There is a regenerative paddle on this left side. Cruise control settings, heated steering wheel, velocity mode, and then volume tuning in Bluetooth and voice commands. Now with the gauge cluster, we have a 55-inch curved screen here separated into 3 sections. With the gauge cluster, you can go through a few settings here. So you can pull up maps and view that in its largest setting. There's also driver assistance and then night vision too. So you can pull that up, of course, at night and then get back into the gauges. Now on this left side, there's the e-brake, the height adjustment, your front and rear storage, dimmer switch for the gauges. There's 1 air vent, 1 speaker, the head-up display. And then with this infotainment system, you have a lot more to go through. Now it is a touchscreen system, so you can go through all of these shortcuts in the lower section, just depending on what you'd like to see, or you can use the controls down below. So you have a shortcut and the rotary dial here. So you can get into a lot. You have maps to look at, there's also your phone, various settings here, and then you can even scroll all the way over into the different driving modes. So when you put it into sport mode, you can get that velocity as well to get that maximum power and torque. You'll notice it will adjust your steering, suspension, and things like that. You can also look at trailering, ambient lighting, various settings, depending on how you'd like this vehicle to react. You also have parallel parking assistance too. There's more wood trim underneath that with air vents, and then a similar screen as your back passengers, where you can get into all of the climates for all 3 rows. You can also look at where you'd like the air to go, get into all of your seat adjustments, including the massaging seats and the position of your seat. So you can do all of that here or with the door controls. You can also get into some drive settings here. You have night vision, rear steering, which you can turn on and off, and then arrival mode is basically like crab walk that you've seen in other Cadillac models. It will turn all of the wheels in the same direction to make tighter maneuvering much easier. You have lane keeping assist and a shortcut to the camera system. Now to pull this up, normally you have the stalk behind the steering wheel. Towards you and up is reverse, towards you and down is drive, and then when you put it back into park, you can pull up this screen down below where you can actually open all of the doors. You can open the glove box. You have lock and unlock, child lockout, and the charging port too. So you will see that once you're in park, of course, and you can pull up some of this information and then get back to the settings that I showed earlier. Now this also has trailer braking. There's storage behind the screen and underneath it. You have volume along with those shortcuts, cup holders, wireless charging pads, and then there's storage with auxiliaries in the armrest. To gain access to the glove box, that's located in the screen. So you can use that along with your 1-pedal driving. So you have various settings you can get into when you turn that on and off and configure it. Now this also has a 3rd screen, very similar to the ones in the back. So you can go through all of this on the home screen. You have headphones to pair along with some different settings to get into as needed. There's also the digital rear view mirror. You have some on-start controls and dome lights. And then this is fixed glass. There's no sunshade or sunroof. And with a look at visibility over both shoulders, it's actually pretty easy to see for how big it is. So with the vehicle still in sport mode and the velocity mode engaged, this V on the left side, here we go. And we are up to speed. As you can tell, very quiet, but quick at the same time. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the Cadillac Escalade IQ. Definitely a lot of tech, a lot of nice creature comforts. If you are looking for all of this, you like the tech features, it's pretty easy to use as well. So everything is laid out incredibly well for the amount of information that you can go through, including this screen here, 3 separate screens, very easy to access all 3 of them. And as far as its handling goes for this heavy vehicle, in sport mode it does really well around those turns, just going at a normal rate of speed here. With the adaptive suspension too, this rides on a cloud. Exactly what you would expect with other brands, other manufacturers that have a similar suspension system. It will also lower when you put it into park, so more of that easy entry and exit. It will lower when you're at highway speeds, that way to get a little bit better aerodynamics and efficiency. And of course you can raise it if you happen to go off the pavement. You just need a little bit more ground clearance. And it will auto level if you are towing. So you can tow some pretty heavy weight with this model, and it's going to do it very well. I haven't tested it personally, but I feel like this would do well for around town, maybe not on long trips. I'm not sure the battery depletion, depending on the weight, of course, that you are towing, but it is a capable SUV at the end of the day, so you can do some things like that. But very, very nice. And that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 Cadillac Escalade IQ. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I'll see you all in the next video.